Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Square versus Squarespace. What's the difference, and which is the better platform when it comes to powering your business, as well as maybe a website or processing payments or whatever you're looking to do with each of these platforms. Now, before we dive into things, of course, I do want to mention if you want to check out Square or Squarespace, you can go ahead and check out those first two links at the top of the video description, of course, some of which are affiliate links, which is a great way to help out and support the channel. Again, if you do want to check out either of these companies mentioned here in today's video, again, Squarespace or Square, links will be down at the top of the video description. Again, if you do want to choose to sign up with either of these, or if you just want to click and follow along in this video comparison today of, again, Square versus Squarespace. Now, in a nutshell, Square and Squarespace are both companies that offer websites, business tools, and resources to building an online presence, as well as some of those in-person presence as well. Maybe if you have a restaurant or a retail store, there's a wide variety of different solutions when it comes to businesses, whether you have an online or in-person presence that both Square and Squarespace can help you with. Now, in terms of the difference, these are two completely separate companies. Just to make that clear, is that Squarespace is a completely separate company from Square. They are not at all related. They are two completely different companies, and really they're ultimately competitors of one another at the end of the day. Just so happens that they both have Square in the name of their business. Again, Square, completely separate from Squarespace. Two completely separate companies, just to make that clear in case maybe you're watching this video just even for that alone, just for that tidbit. But when it comes to selecting each of them in terms of what they offer and which is maybe the better platform for a certain type of person, again, when you're looking at each of these companies and trying to decide, hey, which is better for me, what do I need, right? Each of them sort of serve a different user base in the marketplace, and to give you a little bit of backstory as well on each of these different companies, right? So ultimately, if you want a quick answer, I would say Square is better for people that are, maybe they have a brick and mortar business and they're looking to also have other marketing promotions. Maybe they have employees, right? Maybe you have a restaurant, a retail store, a beauty salon. These are really the types of businesses that, or even a coffee shop, that are best serviced with a company like Square. If you do have a physical in-person presence, right? If that's you, then Square is a very good option for you. And really, that's what Square is built around. They have their point of sale systems and hardware, as you can see here front and center on their website. Squarespace, on the other hand, is a bit more catered to people selling online. So if you're familiar with e-commerce, then Squarespace is a little bit more built around that. They actually started out as primarily a website builder. That's really their main focus, is their website builder and building out an online presence and building out beautiful websites as well. Now, they have acquired other sub companies, and Square has also acquired other sub companies. I'll get into that a little bit later, although it's honestly not even that important. But in terms of what they offer today, Squarespace does also offer, in addition to their websites, again, the ability to sell online as well with a website, and really just having an online presence is Squarespace's main objective, is building out, just having a very easy way to build out an online presence. That's what their systems are really catered to. They're not necessarily as catered to, selling in person. They're more, building out an online store, making a local business website, a portfolio site. A lot of people started out on Squarespace building out like photography portfolio sites. That's really who Squarespace sort of catered to in the beginning. They have expanded their business model quite a bit over time from what I've seen. Obviously, Squarespace, they're just, again, grow your business online. That's what their websites are primarily built for. Again, you can sell on them as well through e-commerce, because that's how you're ultimately going to build out your business, is, again, selling things online. Now, they do also have scheduling as well. Maybe if you have a scheduling type business where maybe you are a fitness trainer or something like that. Again, building out websites, you can also, like I said, you can schedule appointments. That's another subdivision there within their business offerings. They also allow you to create courses and tutorials. You can invoice clients as well for your services. So again, they also have email automation and marketing. So they're really, again, built for more of an online presence. And that's really who they're best for. I'll get into some of the more specifics a little bit later as well. Whereas Square, again, does a good blend of really catering to those in-person businesses, as well as offering some additional means of selling online. They do also have the ability where you can build out a website with them as well. But again, their main focus is really the in-person side of things and their point of sale hardware. Again, you can still build out websites with them, but it's a little bit less intuitive than, building out a website with Squarespace. So that's something to consider there. Again, it really depends on what your primary focus and objective is within your business when you're trying to determine whether or not Squarespace might be a better solution for you, or Square might be a better solution to you. Now, in terms of pricing, I know a lot of you guys watching this video are like, ooh, well, how much does each one of them cost, right? What is the actual price at the end of the day? Now, this does vary quite a lot depending on the different products and services that you might tack on or add to your overall subscription, really with either of the companies. So this comes with a big asterisk and a big grain of salt as to what your actual pricing may look like, may vary quite a lot from somebody else, right? It depends on your business, and there's really a lot of nuance into how much it might actually end up costing you at the end of the day. But if you're a brand new beginner and you're just looking at okay, what's the cheapest option I can get with either of these platforms? Square actually does have a free version, which is why a lot of people do sign up with Square, because they do have a free version that you can get started with. Again, links are down below if you want to check that out. Again, they have a completely free version where you can sell in person, online, over the phone as well, and there's no setup fees or monthly fees, and you're only paying a small processing fee on processing that payment, which, by the way, you're going to pay on any platform. You're going to pay a processing fee essentially on any platform you're doing. So that's, you're not going to escape processing fees at the end of the day. It might be higher or slightly lower, but you're still going to pay a processing fee no matter what platform you end up going with, whether it be Square, Squarespace, or somewhere else. So again, you have your point of sale, and they do charge a fee for other features like their email marketing, text message marketing, things like that. But a lot of their different features do come with the free version even. So, you can still do invoices for free, online store for free. That's really one of the nice benefits to Square, and why a lot of beginners who are maybe just getting started start with a company like Square, because they do have free versions for you to get started with. Now, if you are starting out with a budget and maybe you're like, you try them out and you're like, I don't really love their website builder. Maybe you just want something different, especially when it comes to websites, building out maybe an e-commerce store, things like that. Square isn't as strong in the e-commerce department as a company like Squarespace by comparison, in my personal opinion. And Squarespace as well, while they do have a free 14-day trial, at least currently as of the time of making this video, of course, all this pricing is always subject to change. Be sure to check out these companies' pricing pages to get the most realistic and up-to-date pricing. I have to say that in every video, just because pricing is always changing nowadays. So, but they do have a free trial, at least as of the time of making this video, where you can get started for free for 14 days, which is pretty cool. So if you do want to test out Squarespace, you can still do that as well. It's just that they don't have a completely free version like Square does. So Square has a completely free version. Squarespace does not. So you are going to be spending a little bit more money if you do decide to go with a platform like Squarespace. But in my opinion, the websites and the templates are just a notch better in terms of just the overall look and feel and design. And again, it's because Squarespace really, at the end of the day, that's where they started from. That's their roots, right? Is building out online sites and online stores as well. They are a little bit newer to the e-commerce game compared to like a company like Shopify, which I talk a lot about here on the channel as well, if you're deeper in the e-commerce side of things. But if you just want like a really nice, sleek, templated website, Squarespace is definitely really good at getting that done, and it looks nice and professional, and just it sets the artistic side of things just really up a notch, and that's why a lot of artists decide to go with companies like Squarespace, things like that. or if you're looking to, add on some of the other things like scheduling, things like that as well. Square does also have scheduling, which I've talked a little bit about here on the channel as well. If you're in appointment scheduling and booking, things like that. But overall, like Square's website thing, the Square's online store side of things is more built through their original Weebly partnership. So it is decent, not to say it's bad by any means. It is still pretty good. It's just not necessarily as good of a website builder as Squarespace. Square is really focused primarily on their point of sale hardware is really the key part of their business. And really that's their main driver of value and selling point is their point of sale hardware. And really the in-person side of things and setting up your business for efficiency in that department. Again, it really depends on, again, customizing your experience by the industry that you're in, what types of other add-ons there are. There's really a lot of different industries that both even Square and Squarespace both cater to. So again, I can't really get into too many specifics as far as like, pricing and exactly which is better for you. At the end of the day, when it comes to your business, only you will know specifically what your business really needs. But again, Squarespace, they do offer quite a bit. In addition, like you have client invoicing, courses, scheduling appointments, selling services, products, e-commerce as well. Again, their website builder is a bit more intuitive than the website builder with Square. Those are really the two main differences, honestly, between Squarespace and Square. Is what I had mentioned. Now, again, Squarespace is a little bit more expensive than Square, so that might be, if price is a determinant for you, that might be a point of comparison where it's like, hey, maybe I just want to save money, maybe just go with Square. But if you're good and you can try them out for 14 days and you like it a lot more, again, feel free to try out either of them and then you can see for yourself, maybe you like one over the other, or you're okay with having a little bit of budget. Again, for things like just a bit more website optimization, with a platform like Squarespace. It is a bit more expensive at the end of the day, but it might be well worth it for you when it comes to the more advanced website customization and the more like design elements that you might not necessarily have with Square's websites, as Square's websites are maybe a little bit more, a little bit more basic. They're not bad by any means. They've definitely done a lot of work in recent years to make them pretty nice. I mean, even right here, you can see like it's not bad. It's still really good, honestly. Shopify's really moved the needle in terms of e-commerce as a whole for all these companies to sort of level up their website game. So that is something worth considering there between these two platforms. But again, I hope you guys found this comparison video helpful of, again, Squarespace versus Square and which is the better platform. Again, they offer a lot of very similar services when it comes to booking appointments, when it comes to building a website. It's really just like at the end of the day, Squarespace is really built primarily around websites. And Square is built primarily around in-person based businesses with point of sale hardware. So, which one might be catering better to you? It depends on your business. And, from what I've said, what do you think might be the more important factor? And hey, maybe try each of them out, give them a shot, and see which might actually be better for you. Again, links are down below in the video description. Hopefully you guys found this comparison video helpful to help you better understand each of these two platforms and some of the nuances and specifics when it comes to, where each of them are really coming from and just understanding the true differences in a nutshell, really, between Square and Squarespace. Again, if you guys found this video helpful or found it helpful and enjoyable, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.